You need some help?
Yes. Can you put a lot of sand, please?
These twins were caught on CCTV camera begging for help in the middle of the night. They were in a hurry as if they're running away from something scary. So in the middle of the night, they knocked on every neighbor's door to try and hide.
What happened?
We just need somewhere to be right now.
But sadly, no one wanted to open their door for them. Instead, all they got is this answer.
Get off my property, and they left.
But what these neighbors failed to notice are these terrifying details. The smaller kid was walking around half naked in the cold. And when you zoom in the video, you can see this little girl holding a handcuff. No one could imagine the hell they had escaped from. But despite getting non-stop refusals, these kids didn't stop to find help. They continued walking barefoot. They looked exhausted from non-stop walking for hours, and they only had a tiny bit of strength left to speak out loud. They were so desperate to get help that they started to cry. And that's when the neighbors' CCTV cameras recorded this heartbreaking moment. They rang all the doorbells until they reached this house. But this time, did they get the help that they so desperately needed? Or did they knock on the wrong house? The woman behind the door saw how disoriented the kids were, so without a second thought, she opened the door and let them in.
When she opened up that door, a pair of 16-year-old twins, starving and begging her to help.
When the woman saw the twins up close, she was totally shocked because their condition only indicated one thing. They just fled from a dangerous situation, and clearly they didn't have anyone to turn to because they were asking strangers for help.
The woman invited them in and gave them blankets and food. She says the twins told her they hadn't eaten in more than a week.
The twins had visible scars, they were so thin, and they looked traumatized. The woman was so stunned with the hellish reality these twins went through. But soon she would unmask those responsible for abusing these kids.
According to law enforcement, they had escaped a nearby home where they had been held prisoner in handcuffs.
But who could do these brutal and inhumane acts to children? The more she asked the twins, the more she discovered disturbing things.
They were locked up for a week, handcuffed, in the cleaning room of their own home.
Yeah, you heard that right. They were treated like prisoners in their own home. And what the twins shared next will confirm how desperate they were to escape their hellish home.
The boy hid the key to the handcuffs in his mouth.
And when they were free from their handcuffs, they ran as far and as fast as they could. The Good Samaritan who took these twins called the police immediately. The police started a search for their mom, and this is when everything went more and more horrible. Because when they further investigated, they discovered that the twins weren't the only victims. And this became blatantly obvious when the mother's criminal records were pulled up.
In the court documents, Duncan has been convicted of in Baton Rouge.
Their mother had been in jail for trying to a child, and when she was on probation, she continued inflicting towards her children. But soon, justice would do its job.
Monday, their mother, 40-year-old Zakiya Duncan, and her 27-year-old boyfriend, Joe Vitero, the couple was arrested in Louisiana.
All thanks to the woman who helped the twins, 5 more kids who were trapped with this heartless couple were found and rescued. Sadly, they are all siblings, and they suffered at the hands of the mom from hell.